She's cute. Okay, you know, while I got y'all here, so the idea for this was to pair this look with this topicals inspired puffer coat that I crocheted last year during Women's History Month. However, I didn't use the correct pink because I was just drawn to this pink. But we're gonna try these on. What do I keep going over there? We're gonna try these on because I still want to show y'all how this look comes together. Okay, let's do it. Actually, more than I think this is actually a vibe, right? You know what I'm saying? The more that I think about it, what y'all think? With the faded, I don't know, it looks really cool. This is a vibe. Okay, on to the next one. Let's go. Okay, second choice was this one. I like the color combo because, you know, the rainbow. However, I think I do like the topicals a little bit better. She's cute. Ooh, yeah. But yeah, y'all let me know which one y'all like the best. Y'all can't tell me she not it.
And I'm a crochet artist who primarily makes masks. I am autistic, and my identity as a late diagnosed autistic person is one of the biggest inspirations behind my masks. I've been a TikTok user for years, but I've only just started posting, and I am terrified. I'm a bit of an old lady when it comes to technology. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm trying my best, and that's all that matters. The response I got on my last video has been genuinely overwhelming. I've been on Instagram for years, so I'm not used to, you know, that many people reaching my content in that short amount of time. Thank you to everyone who interacted and commented on my last video. It was so genuinely lovely.
Jonah Larson has two grandmothers.
Yep.
They just don't crochet. 5 hours a day. Jennifer Larson is Jonah's mom.
Been doing it for half my life.
When Jonah discovered in a bag of discarded craft items his aunt's crochet hook, which led him to YouTube.
Found basic stitch video, and from there on I was hooked.
Hooked. Seriously?
He made a dishcloth for his first project, and he made it perfectly.
That's the first hat Jonah made. He was 5. Jonah's mom posted the first of several of his projects on Instagram.
It was a Afghan he made of 800 flowers. He was probably 7 at the time. You had that group that was absolutely fascinated, then you had the doubters. What? You gotta be kidding me. There's no way that kid did that.
Today, Jonah has thousands of social media followers, his own catchphrase,
Goodbye and crochet away.
and a cowl neck trend he started by crocheting one for his mom. A kid who may as well have 1,000 out-of-town grandmas started his life alone.
Yeah.
That's Jonah at the orphanage in Ethiopia after he was abandoned as a newborn by his mother.
There was a really high possibility he would have some cognitive delay. He was very sick, he was malnourished.
Yeah. Lucked out.
Jonah, adopted by the Larsons at 5 months,
Baby Afghan.
now has in his grasp his own slice of the American dream.
My family, my 2 dogs, and crocheting.
Jonah's favorite time? Crocheting with his mom close by. Keeping tabs on the hundreds of orders for his work, a yarn company sponsorship offer,
Text him real quick.
and an upcoming national talk show appearance. All while mastering advanced 9th grade algebra in the 6th grade, with bigger plans ahead.
I'm planning on attending West Point, the academy, and then becoming a surgeon.
A surgeon.
This is kind of helping me prep for that.
Dr. Jonah Larson's patients will be in good hands.
Well, when you only have a short time, you got to make the most of it.
That's true.
5 years after his story first aired, Jonah is a high school junior and still crocheting while connecting with his now million social media followers. He's authored 2 crocheting books and became a regular contributor on The Drew Barrymore Show. But most impressive, Jonah built a library in his native region of Ethiopia and is paying the salary of a librarian. He also built a science lab in a girls' bathroom and paid to launch a soccer team. Finally, when Jonah heard kids at the school were sitting on the floor, he paid to have 90 desks built, all from his crocheting proceeds.
Thank you, Jonas! Thank you, Jonas!
Crochet is luxury, and here's why. Luxury, it's not all about diamonds. Luxury is access to something rare. and crochet is rare. A real person spends hours creating every stitch by hand. That level of time and care is something money cannot mass produce.
I recently came back from a trip in Japan and I will not shut up about it. So let's talk a little bit about some of the differences that I see between crochet and knitting in Japan versus in America. I went out there and it's very cold out there. I think it was like 30-40 degrees on average every day that I was out there. And I saw a lot of girls wearing the Sophie hood, like the handmade ones. And I remember seeing them and like I looked at them like I was staring at these people. And they had the cutest little Sophie scarves on them. Most of them were done in like a single tone color, but they were just so beautifully executed. And high key, kind of want to make one because these girls were serving. I remember seeing a lot of girls wearing cat hats. Granted, I did see a lot of girls wearing like mass manufactured like knit cat beanies. But I have seen a couple of girls, again, just like local Japanese girls, just like out and about wearing like crocheted cat hats and cat beanies. Specifically went into Okadaya and looking at some of the yarns that they had there. Not super, like not a big selection of like acrylics or like plasticky kind of yarns, but definitely a big focus on like natural fibers. I will say if you go into like a Daiso or a Seria, they are going to be more like acrylic based yarn because they're more kind of like an affordable type of yarn, you know? One of the other main differences that I saw in the Okadaya store is that they do not sell like a lot of like really chunky yarn. They sell a lot of like 4-weight and under kinds of yarns, which I think is kind of different from like what you'll see like conventionally at like a Michael's or like previously Joann's and stuff like that, where there will be like a lot more options for like a chunkier kind of yarn. One thing that I've noticed that's also very different is how patterns are written specifically for crochet patterns. So I do have a Hamtaro crochet book for crocheting like the little figurines from Hamtaro, and it's super cute. And the thing that I love the most about it is that a lot of the patterns that are written for crochet, like amigurumi and also just crochet in general, is that they'll typically write out their patterns with more of like a chart rather than they will with like words, which I'm a visual learner, so I love that. But other than that, not super many other like differences that I've seen, but please educate me if I'm wrong. I've heard that there are some differences in terms of like needle sizes and crochet hook sizes for Japanese versus American crocheting and knitting. So if there's any other things I've missed or if there's anything else that you guys have noticed, please let me know. I am so interested in learning how other countries do fiber arts.
Here's a fascinating part about crochet history that I don't hear talked about a lot. In the late 1800s and the early 1900s, doctors actually prescribed crochet as a medical treatment. Yes, crochet was considered therapy long before occupational therapy actually even existed. Victorian medical texts describe crochet as calming, soothing, and mentally regulating, and doctors believed then that the repetitive hand movements created a gentle rhythm that really helped with nervous tension, anxiety, or what they called hysteria in women. They genuinely thought that crochet could balance a woman's emotional state. Crochet also fit perfectly into what they called moral treatment. This was a movement in asylums and convalescent homes that encouraged peaceful and structured activities instead of harsh restraints. Crochet was quiet and it was inexpensive and it was fairly easy to teach, and it gave patients something productive to focus on. Some hospitals would even supply hooks and thread because they believed it prevented restless habits. Another reason doctors recommended crochet was because they saw idleness as dangerous. They thought too much free time led to rumination and nervous disorders, and crochet kept your hands busy and the mind lightly occupied. It was basically seen as an early form of mindfulness long before anyone actually used that word. It was also prescribed for patients on long periods of bed rest. Like women recovering from childbirth, illness, or surgery, they were often confined to their rooms for weeks. Doctors would encourage them to crochet because it gave them a sense of purpose and accomplishment while still allowing complete and physical rest. Some early medical handbooks even recommend crochet to improve fine motor skills, and it was used to keep the fingers supple and strengthen the smaller muscles of your hands and prevent stiffness after long illnesses. So crochet has never just been a hobby. At one point in history, it was officially a recommended medical treatment, and They weren't entirely wrong because modern research does show that repetitive handcrafts can reduce anxiety and regulate the nervous system. The Victorians just didn't quite have the vocabulary for it yet.
Y'all know that crochet looks totally different depending on where you are in the world? Let's go around the globe for a second. First up, Ireland. They're famous for their Irish lace crochet. Super delicate, floral, and fancy. Started during the 1800s famine. That way women could make money. Talk about turning art into survival. Next up, Japan. They gave us amigurumi. Y'all already know I don't know how to say that word. It's basically stuffed animals. Those tiny, adorable crochet plushies that everyone loves. The patterns are precise, the stitches are neat, and cuteness unmatched. And in Turkey, crochet is all about oya lace. It's fine thread and teeny tiny hooks to edge crochet clothing. And every design tells a story, whether it be love, grief, every type of story is told. Now, across the Caribbean and Africa, crochet is bold, it's vibrant, it tells a story also. Think festival tops, sun hats, and expressive designs. And it's all about personality and power through fiber. And of course, here in the US, we mix it all together because we are a big melting pot. From cozy granny squares to modern fashion crochet, it's a full-blown movement now.
Alright, y'all. Now check out this green and multicolored flower set that I just finished. As you can see, the top got 2 side pockets with a unique shape. The front of the pants, we got the pocket right there that's hidden. We got the wavy details going down the side. Check out all the flowers on the back. It's like a piece of art. And we also got this cool shaped pocket on the back right here. It's pretty big, but let me know what you think.
Hey, you made something for us?
Yes, I did. So you're going to have to pass it all the way down. I made you all special hats. This one goes all the way down to Michael.
Oh, that's Michael's?
I made it extra big. This one goes down to Robin.
Oh, thank you, Jonah. I love it.
This one goes down to Laura.
Thank you.
Then I made this one for you.
Wow. Love it. God. This is gorgeous. Gorgeous.
I will be sporting this today because it's cold.
It's cold out today.
Thank
you, Jonah.
You're so generous to
all
make
great
something.
materials. There's wool in this one. There's wool in that one. That one has a little bit of like mohair in it.
This feels like wool too. It's so beautiful.
And we're back. This is a piece. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous, but literally get it on here to show y'all this. It's a banging with a crawl. Definitely channeling my mommy, my aunties. She is. Ooh, she's good. Oh, she's good. What is there to say? She's it. She's good. She's it. She's not gonna lie, I was a little nervous because my girls, they said give us a banging, 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 bang. And I said to myself, let's see how we gonna do the bang. But we achieved the bang, honey. That's a bang with a crawl. Yeah, I'm so in love. Oh!